A tragic ending today as officials announced a catastrophic implosion likely killed the pilot and 4 passengers on board the Titan submersible. The U.S. Coast Guard announced debris from the mini-sub had been found in the search area in the North Atlantic Ocean near the wreck of the fabled Titanic that passengers had paid to see. The tragedy has raised questions about OceanGate's safety precautions. That's the company behind the Titan vessel. William Kohnen is the president and CEO of Hydrospace Group. He's been raising concerns about the submersible safety checks as early as 2018, and he joins me now. So, William Kohnen, you were part of a group of industry experts that warned of potential catastrophic problems with OceanGate's vessel back in 2018, 3 years before the Titan's first trip down to the Titanic. What were your concerns at that time?
Well, look, we have, unbeknownst to the world, there is such a thing as the submersible industry worldwide. There's many companies of us. It's a small circle. We all know each other, and we've been working many years to promote the safety of submersibles. I mean, this is beyond sad. This is I don't know what word is stronger than tragic. We're losing some colleagues in this that we all know. It's a small family. We all know each other, and the industry has seen an incredible amount of innovation in the last 20 years. We've been building submarines for 30 years, and the market has really moved, and we're very open to innovation. OceanGate is one of the newcomers that came in to innovate, but it struck us by 2018, hearing their plans of the deep submersible and the large quantity of people. They had 5 passengers. That their strategy was as standard safety process and rules that we have. That has guided us for 50 years, and go it on our own. And we meet once a year, and we do bring all the nerdy experts around the world. And we came off and saying, we should probably say something here. Very few people understand the risks that are being taken over here. And I drafted a letter, and 20 of experts around signed it and said, look, you need to be careful over here. This is very risky. And our standard procedure is to have a third-party organization review the plans, the design, the testing of it, to make sure you're not missing anything. And well, it takes time and it costs money. And we pass that on to OceanGate and let them know, guys, might we suggest? Of course, we're just a volunteer group. We're just the gray-haired guys, and you're saying things. You can't really force it. That was our concern. And
did they listen to you at all, sir? Did they listen to you at all? Were they receptive to your concerns, or did they kind of shrug it off?
They shrugged it off. We agreed to disagree. I did say, look, on your website, I think it's really important you clear up things that leads the public to think you are classed and certified. There's some vague language in there, which they fixed. They made no points about the fact that it was experimental, which means there is no supervision on it. And they said, it's okay, we know what we're doing. And, look, it is not on. There is tension in any industry between the innovators and the regulators. Innovators, everything go too fast, too slow, and to the regulators, the innovation comes too fast. And that is one of our mission within this volunteer organization of the Marine Technology Society to bring all the stakeholders together and say, how do we do this fine dance between these two and make sure it is safe? It is the same thing in space. It is the same thing in all industries. It's just that ocean, the margin for error is so small. I say Father Neptune has no patience for us puny humans. But since the time of the Romans, humanity has figured out how to do this. We know how to go to the bottom of the ocean, not once, but regularly all the time. We have submarines going to 20,000 feet all the time for research and stuff. It is well trodden path. And we hold by this process of classification and third-party review. And we haven't had a single incident in 45 years.
So I wonder, sir, if you look at what we were told today, that this was a catastrophic implosion, if you look back at the warnings, you and these other experts, and the concerns you raised years back in 2018, was it this sort of an outcome that you were worried about? I mean, was this foreseeable and warned of by you and your colleagues those years ago?
Well, look, I mean, at these depths, at 4,000 meters, at 12,000 feet, any one of things can be fatal. I would say implosion is one of the more dramatic ways, but 101 days to go. You know, it's.
But was that a likely outcome?
I mean, an implosion.
Was that a likely outcome for the way this was designed? I mean, I am not an expert in submersibles.
No, well, you know, it depends what gave here. I mean, we don't know. There's speculation. I'm just saying there are many things that can fail that come to the same outcome. An implosion is you know, the reverse of an explosion. I mean, it's an underwater explosion. It happens very fast. It probably happened within 0.002 of a second. In a blink of an eye, no one will ever have noticed that anything happened. It was so rapid, which is possibly a blessing and a better end than spending 4 days in the cold dark. But you know, there are life support problems. There is slow drowning. There are a million things that can happen, and we won't know until there's some forensic to see what is it. We will learn something from it. You know, in exploration, it is in our blood. You know, it's a classic. There are the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns, and that's where exploration takes us. And the known unknowns, there's certain things we don't know about some systems. We can test for that. The rest, the unknown unknowns, that's what exploration is about. We find these things. We say that our rules, however complicated people think they are, I mean, our rules are written in blood, right? It's in there because something happened over time. And over 50 years, we've had a lot of lessons. This will become part of the lessons learned. Sadly, it adds another paragraph, another page with a absolutely tragic element. And I think we can say within the expert community making submarines in the world, this was preventable.
William Kohnen, the president and CEO of the Hydrospace Group, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.